Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the panel discussion, Modernizing Public Service Delivery for Digital India, organized by Elets Technomedia and Freshworks. I am Priya Yadav, Senior Assistant Editor with Elets Technomedia, which is Asia and Middle East's premier media and knowledge consultancy organization. Since the year 2005, Elets has been publishing monthly magazines on e-governance, education, and health sectors, eGov Magazine, digital learning, and e-health. The key focus of all these magazines is to promote usage of ICT-based innovations in these sectors. In addition, Elets has organized over 400 conferences in India and abroad in these sectors in partnership with various central and state governments and leading international agencies. The panel discussion today is another endeavor to focus on the experience of various state governments in India in leveraging technology for citizen engagement. Also, while the speakers from the government sector will outline their map for road ahead, our experts from the industry will share the latest innovations being done in the domain. I extend a very warm welcome to all our panelists today who are joining us from 6 states representing different parts of the country. Mr. Samir Unhale, State Joint Commissioner, Municipal Administration, Government of Maharashtra. Dr. Narhari Singh Bangal, Municipal Commissioner, Rohtak Municipal Corporation, Government of Haryana. Mr. Vijay Dayaram K, Municipal Commissioner, Ambikapur Municipal Corporation, Government of Chhattisgarh. Vinu Francis, Secretary, Thiruvananthapuram Municipal Corporation, Government of Kerala. Mr. Budev Chakravarti, CEO, Muzaffarpur Smart City, Government of Bihar. And Mr. B. T. Rangaswamy, Managing Director, Tumakuru Smart City Limited, Government of Karnataka. We are also joined by Jyoti Saini, Public Sector Head, Freshworks, a women business leader and GTM specialist based in New Delhi, operating in IT, ITES, AI, ML. Welcome, Jyoti, and over to you.
Sure. Thank you so much. Thanks, Priya. My voice is audible?
Yes,
my voice is audible? Excellent. Thank you. Once again, I welcome all the panelists and all the audience which is there today to join us to hear on this topic of public service delivery and what are the new innovations which are happening. Very quickly, I'll be talking about some things, what are the things which are changing and how we are planning, and our governments across India are planning public service delivery for a digital India. And so today's session would actually be around understanding key trends in citizen engagement and public sector endeavors, which will define 2022. And we learn how citizen satisfaction will drive more adoption of public sector schemes, will drive more customer and employee loyalty and effectiveness, and observe examples of use cases, how you can stay ahead of the curve and manage something, a pandemic like COVID or anything which we have not seen. So this is a little about myself. So we are Freshworks is an organization into citizen experience and employee experience solutions, and we are a startup from Chennai, India, and we got our IPO in December 2021, and this is me on New York Stock Exchange. I won't talk much about myself. Priya has already spoken about it. Let's get into the topic. We talk about government and we talk about citizen services. So what is it? What is it now? We have seen COVID pandemic and nobody was prepared for it. So we see that challenges have defined 2020 as a year. And 2021 has been a year of adapting to that challenge, be it work from home, be it working through Zooms and through team meetings or Google Meet, or we have seen that all the citizens have gone, those who have never used digital medium have gone to one or the other platform to avail some service, be it their Aadhaar related query or to Arogya Setu to know their status, or to reserve beds, or to book their vaccination schedule. So why this was important for us in 2020 and 2021, to kind of have technology companies come and provide solutions, so that citizens which are there at home, there's no panic, and they know what needs to be done. Now, what is there in 2022 is something that we will be talking about in today's presentation. So what is the first trend that we see is emerging, and it's going to go in 2022 and beyond? The new want it now culture. So please try and understand, when we are talking about technology, we are citizen, as well as we are the technology companies as well. So when we have gotten used to of transacting online, and citizen go to various channels, they have started adopting mobile application. They normally we were used to of going to government offices. Now citizen want the services at their ease. And when I'm talking about citizen, I'm talking about the citizen in rural areas also, who probably do not have access to technology, but probably they understand WhatsApp, they understand Facebook. So that's, this trend is here, wherein they want the service faster, they want to interact with government in their own pace, and they want it quickly. Now, talking about second trend, which is emerged in 2021, and it is going to be defining 2022 also, is seamless omni-channel experience. So what is this physical digital patchwork? So for example, I am a citizen, I have gone in some office, and I submit my application for some service delivery. Nothing happened. Then I'd gone online on social media and put a comment around that. At the same time, I kind of go and I'm calling a helpline number. So do we have to have three different interactions, or can we create a seamless experience for not just citizen, but also the employees or the officers who are providing these services to the citizen? So this is something which will define, wherein from various channels, how this divide can be taken off, because citizen would go to multiple channels, as there are more channels of engagement to get their service delivered. Now, we all have seen, and we have seen Arogya Setu, and we have seen COVID, and so citizens are used to of using mobile and messaging channels, and so here comes the advent of AI, ML, and chatbots, wherein talking about the government infrastructure, wherein there's a lot of load on the machinery, because of the immense number of citizens interacting. So this is so messaging and mobile first conversation will be redefining delight, and it would be there in 2022. And not just enterprises, but governments and public sectors are also adopting to the technology. Now, very interesting trend is agent empowerment, which can drive citizen delight. I've spoken about physical digital divide. So is the person working on the request is aware that the three requests which have come from the same person? And we have seen that during COVID pandemic, agents and the frontline officers and help desk officers have faced the brunt of pandemic induced upheaval, and leadership is understanding that they also need better tools, agent assist bots or some kind of FAQs, wherein they are able to work and support the citizen in a better way. So this is very important, wherein we talking about open standards and open API based applications, wherein integrations become easy and delivery of services becomes faster, and that too through multiple channels. So I think empowering our frontline officers and empowering our officers and giving them tools to operate better would define 2022. One very interesting observation is that how fluid experiences transcend digital into field as well. So there are many government organizations like municipal corporations who probably have to go and uh, ensure the cleanliness and lighting and sanitation and other aspects, and the agents are going and their officers are going in the field, and they have to work. So how can we manage them better? Can we provide them a field management kind of a tool to them to operate better? So this also would again it rolls down to the talking about agent empowerment and faster responses. So this is another trend which would be there. So these observations we have actually studied some 450 businesses and 103 million customers and citizens to arrive at these trends which are going to be there in 2022. Now, talking about what Freshworks as an organization can offer. So as I mentioned at the beginning, we are an organization which provide very simple solutions for citizen engagement and employee engagement, wherein your entire team can be on the same page. You can have AI/ML enabled chatbots to interact first, and you can have a whole view of the citizen. What are their privileges, what are their previous grievances, or what are the services that they have requested so far, and various integrations related to DigiLocker and blockchain. And again, ensure that the focus is on providing the services to citizen, and not having data in silos. So that is something that we do. We create a unified view to create solutions for citizen as well as employee engagement. Now we can have ways wherein we can make self-service platforms wherein information is available 24/7, and we have seen a great example in Cowin and Arogya Setu, and Passport Seva and other e-services also. Now ensuring that all your channels, so because of the fact that India as a country has unique challenge of having the population that we have, so we need to have multiple channels to and that too in the regional language. So we cannot expect a farmer in Gujarat to know English always. Can we go to them and interact in Gujarati? So that is something. These are the things that we do, and of course we ensure that we have got best in class security, and our solutions are actually hosted in Mumbai data center. We are hosted on AWS, which is a medium paneled cloud provider. And we ensure that all securities are taken care of. So again, some of the use cases how we can work, wherein they can be chatbots on WhatsApp, on your SMS, and they can actually take care of the queries, and and not just enroll. They can disseminate information. They can be GPS tracking, which can happen. And specifically talking about the rural areas, wherein this is very important. I think this is something which can be done. What we can do for grievance redressal, we can create a engagement platform wherein various web portal, various social media platforms, WhatsApp, they're all integrated to serve the citizen. Some of the customers which we have worked with in past, and you would not know when you are looking at Hotstar, you are using one of our solution or interacting with one of our chatbot. So I would just spend some time here, wherein we created this COVID platform with Niti Aayog in actually 4 days time. So it is a platform wherein India was facing this dearth of oxygen concentrators and cylinders and PPE kit in May 2021, and everybody from across the globe wanted to contribute, and we had to create a platform very quickly, wherein we can interact with the Ministry of External Affairs and various other stakeholders, logistic partners, to quickly do the logistics. So we did that, and step one is another initiative that we had, wherein we helped with the COVID solutions and management by various state governments. And there are 21 state governments which were using our solutions to manage the home isolations, self-assessment, and and again, it was extended to chatbot as well as the helpline and everything. So I think we have got a great panel today, and I would like to stop my presentation here, and I would like to kind of move ahead with the panel discussion. And Priya, would you be here?
Yeah, hi Jyoti. Thank you so much for your wonderful presentation on how seamless experience can be created for the citizen that can fill the digital divide and facilitate efficient delivery of services. It was indeed very thought-provoking, and the trends that you have outlined for 2022 are indeed very relevant and provide a heads up to the policymakers, definitely. Talking about this panel discussion, before we move on to the panel discussion, I'll just quickly outline the objective on why we are discussing this, because the Government of India is redefining citizen-centric services through transformational and result-oriented e-governance initiatives under Digital India Mission. And the COVID-19 pandemic has underlined the need to be aware and persistent in embracing modernization of public service delivery with technology. Our panel today will see our esteemed panelists share an insight into this journey on the road to leveraging technology to build a better and a more connected future. I welcome all our esteemed panelists to this very promising discussion. It is my pleasure to welcome Sameer Anhale, who is currently serving as State Joint Commissioner, Municipal Administration, Government of Maharashtra. Prior to this assignment, he has worked as CEO of the Thane Smart City Limited. He has also worked as the State Mission Director, Swachh Bharat Mission in Maharashtra. Our next panelist is Mr. Vijay Dayaram K, Commissioner Ambikapur, Municipal Corporation, Government of Chhattisgarh. A software engineer by qualification, hailing from Bangalore, he qualified IAS in 2015. Before the current posting, he was posted as CEO, Zilla Parishad, for over 3 years. A very pleasant afternoon and welcome to Mr. Bino Francis, currently Joint Director in the Urban Affairs Department, Government of Kerala, and who also has additional charge of Corporation Secretary, Thiruvananthapuram. He has served as Municipal Secretary in various municipalities and is credited with making Malappuram as the first ICO certified municipality in 2013 and later converting it as a complaint-free city in 2014. A very good afternoon and welcome to Mr. Budev Chakravarti, CEO Muzaffarpur Smart City, Government of Bihar, who is recognized as a leader in architecting outcome-driven innovative solutions. He is credited to be a pioneer in developing smart solutions using artificial intelligence, deep learning, IoT, and cutting-edge ICT components. I extend a very warm welcome to Mr. B.T. Rangaswamy, Managing Director, Tumakuru Smart City Limited, Government of Karnataka, who is a postgraduate in agriculture, and he has served as City Commissioner in different cities and urban development authorities. Our moderator, as I've said, for the panel today is Jyoti Seni, Public Sector Head, Freshworks. Jyoti Seni comes with 15 plus years of rich experience of working with companies including Oracle, Adobe, Freshworks, apart from her own entrepreneurial stint of setting up an e-commerce startup. Over to you, Jyoti.
Sure. Thank you so much, Priya, for a heads up. Without wasting further time, I would like to go to Sameer sir and try to understand that what he thinks about the public service delivery model and how they are managing it at the municipal corporation level. Sir.
Yeah, first of all, thank you very much for this opportunity, and warm greetings for my colleagues who are working in the other parts of the country. When we are looking at this issue of digital transformation for citizen-centric services across 400 cities and towns in the state of Maharashtra, I think we need to have one of a bird's eye view when we're looking from the state office. One, of course, is the question of, are we going to have a single platform which will be applicable to all cities, or we allow individual cities to develop their own softwares and own system? That is the one question which comes on the basis of, at the state level, when you're looking at this issue of citizen engagement and municipal bodies. Secondly, municipal bodies are only one of the types of urban institutions. There are other urban institutions. It could be the smart city, it could be the regional development authorities, it could be the development authorities and improvement trust, as well as other bodies which are not directly in government, but in other forms of state parastatals who also engage with citizens in urban spaces, but may not be directly working with the municipal setups. So this becomes the second layer of thinking that one has to do at the state level, wherein the various levels. I think I saw it in your slide of the seamless experiences of the citizens when they are engaging, and I think it's a very relevant topic, especially when we are trying to analyze the situation from the state scenario. That how can we create a platform which will be seamless for the citizens? It could be central government, it could be state government, it could be the local body, it could be the parastatals, and even we will have to include the private sector also to give the seamless citizen experiences, especially in the case of mobility. I think we are talking of now a system in which a single need of travel could be covered either by the private sector or the public sector or the metro or the Ola or the Uber. So we are now this also is a sector that has to require some deliberation, especially as a digital transformation, which is a very fundamental and rethinking level in which we have to assess the processes of the governance and evaluate them whether we really require them, that citizens coming to people for the government to take the permissions at all. Why can't we have a permissionless paradigm in which citizens can get the services they wish and without looking? So somewhere there is also need of defeating the primacy of clerical mindset which tends to dominate the government functioning. That is, you call for reports, you call for queries, you call for applications. Why at all you want someone to apply at all if he's looking for a digital service? So I think we are in a very exciting phase, especially at this very fundamental rethinking of the engagement of citizens and the urban institutions, and probably move ahead for a paradigm in which there is less and less need of asking permissions or making applications to the citizens. And in this case, we find a tremendous potential of emerging digital technologies, which would really be a game changer. And I think we can give our citizens the fullest benefits of this emerging digital technologies, not only in a single city, but not only 400 cities of Maharashtra, but probably 4,500 cities and towns in India. And I think in this case, many central missions and state governments and also individual efforts of the city commissioners and CEO smart cities, I think will lead a way, and we require a platform in which we can ensure that the best practice gets implemented in all the 4,000 cities and don't remain in only one town or city. Thank you, Sainiji, for this opportunity.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you, sir. I mean, very well said. It has to be across, and there's a need to take it to rural India also, and not just remain to, the tier 1 cities. So I would like to go to Vijay, sir, and would like to understand that what steps you have taken for Ambikapur to adopt digital governance. And I just wanted to hear your views, sir.
Hello, everyone. I'm extremely thankful to the moderator and extremely happy to be part of this panel to discuss the ongoing works in Ambikapur. Also, extremely happy to share my views with respect to the digital governance and the initiative that is being taken up in the state of Chhattisgarh. Firstly, with all due respect to Sami sir, sir, just one point of contention. Sir, you did mention about the permissionless system. There is some sort of I'm halfway there, but it takes a lot of time to digest that whole system to come into play. With respect to the whatever that is being done in Ambikapur, let's like to highlight 2-3 things. Firstly, we have started something called building permission management system, wherein it's a very citizen-centric initiative. This is applicable across the whole of Chhattisgarh, wherein every single person who wants to get a permission for constructing a building, be it for residential purposes or be it for the commercial purposes, he has to go through a lot of steps. Probably he'll have to come up with an application, go to an architect, get a finalized plan done, then come back to the Nagar Nigam or a municipal corporation or council or panchayat, for whatever it may be the case, and go there, get it verified by a sitting sub-engineer, who then goes to the building officer, then gets it verified again. So there's a lot of clutter, lot of to and fro movement, lot of other synergies being involved, especially in the case of where COVID just emerged from last 2 years. So there was lot of cluttering, where lot of permissions is being granted, lot of people are being engaged. So in order to completely avoid and in order to completely make it a transparent and a time-based system, we in the Municipal Corporation of Ambikapur and the whole state of Chhattisgarh, we have introduced something called building permission management system, wherein a specific time limit of 30 days is imposed from the date of receiving of an application from the applicant. Once this application is received, 15 days of time is given to a Sambandhit respective whoever is the engineer. He goes to the site of verification, gets it verified, and upload his comments based on whatever is his observations. The next 15 days is being used to scrutinize whether the Colony Act is being passed or not, whether the diagram is completely right or not, whatever the user charges is being levied is right or not. Everything is completely calculated online, be it with respect to the permissible limits, the drawing, whatever the case. So the 30 days limit, it will actually reduce the timeline, and considering all the synergies that is being involved, lot of to and fro movement of the applicant, and of course the energies of the Nagar Nigam per se will be saved. So this is one initiative which I would like to highlight. Secondly, there are a lot of properties of municipal corporations or councils or panchayats per se. So what happens is, this is again one more citizen-centric initiative, where a citizen comes to you to book, say for example, a Shadi hall. We have a lot of community buildings where we give it out onto rent to a particular customer or an applicant of the city who wants to get a wedding done in that, or some sort of social program. So again, there's a lot of to and fro movement of an applicant. He'll come to the Nagar Nigam, then he again has to go through a lot of processes. So we have again simplified it. We have listed all our properties online. Only thing he has to do is check for the availability of a slot. If a slot of that building or that premise is available for a particular time or a particular period of time, so he just has to go away and just click it on. So once that application is received, we have 7 days of time. So within 7 days, the application is processed, and if that particular slot is available, he'll be given permission to go and do it. And Kyuki, you spoke of Digital India. We have centralized it and decentralized it in both ways. The payment is being done online. He don't have to go to some other place where he has to do a payment, lot of other things. So considering these are the two initiatives which I would like to highlight from part of the government of Chhattisgarh and the corporation per se. So I personally think, and these are the initiatives probably which will take us more closer while engaging in a much better way with the citizens.
Sure. Thank you. I think thanks for sharing your thoughts, Vijay sir. And very important for us to kind of ensure that not every time, people have to go somewhere and everything can be available at the ease of, how citizen would like to interact. Thanks for sharing your views. Now I would like to go to Bhudev sir, and I would like to hear that, sir, what in your opinion, how does the concept of making Muzaffarpur a smart city impact the lives of citizens? And what do you think it has got as ramification in terms of citizen civic body engagement and how it has changed over time? So, sir, I would like to hear some of your views on this.
Yeah, thank you, Jyoti, for correcting me. Yeah, see, when I landed in Muzaffarpur, actually, and I found a complete chaos on the road. There is not even a single traffic light.
Okay.
And it is a huge traffic jam. the place is full of water, and it's stinking. And it is not only the the normal areas like markets and other places, even the government offices, the in front of the government offices, a lot of fields are there. If you see in 1 year or around 15 months, you can say, we have put the traffic light into it, and now we have got a lot of traffic jams we have reduced. We have nearly cleaned the things. Sewerage, we have started putting the sewerage there. So if you say about the impact of smart city, yes, it is so much impact is there on the citizen that they never expected that there are some services which they can ask for. So when first time I met the people and asked them, why don't you complain? And they said, whom to complain? Because there is only one municipal corporation and they are working day and night and so many problems, so it cannot be solved. And it is also difficult to reach the person for the complaint. So we decided that, okay, we will take some time to make the applications ready. We have already, soft launched one applications for the grievance. Not only grievance, even to put complaints to the police department, to put the complaint to the municipal corporations. We have already soft launched it. But other than also, we have put some facilitation centers so people can come to us. So there is one, hall is there, town hall. So we have kept some people there. Sometimes even I am also present there sometimes, so that people can come and start complaining. We have given 4 or 5 phone numbers and immediately to send WhatsApp, complaints, which we can send it to the respective person. So I think that smartness only will come when you ask the people to follow some rules and also make them smart. Okay, now how you will make them smart? They will become smart only when they start understanding what are their rights, what are the facilities they are supposed to get, and whether they're getting it or not. If they are not getting, how to ask for it. So then only they will become smart, and then they will go to the proper places, and then they will ask that, okay, we are not getting these services. So this is one thing positively I feel that is the impact which we have created. Second impact what we have created is that we also wanted to make the place more livable. So, I always think that smart city means smart living, and smart living is possible only when you are having a lot of greens, a lot of places for people to work. So parallelly, we have developed 4 parks. There is a beautiful lake within Muzaffarpur, which we are converting into a tourist spot, and a lot of plants is already we have started 8,500 plants we have actually put last 1 year. And so we are making it more green, we are making it more livable, so that they can people can really get a feeling that they are in a smart place. And the third one, which I have already told, that is because of our engagement within the city with the citizens, we have actually put the civic bodies and the citizen together through an integrated platform. And though we are a little late and we have not completed our integrated common control center, which will be ready in June. Sure. And after that, we will also have a proper center where all these grievances will come and it will be analyzed, and we will be able to provide more services to the citizen. Thank you again.
Thank you, sir. So I think very important, to ensure that you increase the livability of a place. And smart city only would means when they would be smart means for citizen to interact. So absolutely very valid. Now, Binu sir, I would like to, request your attention and would like to understand, sir, though the Information Kerala mission, I mean, through you have your Information Kerala mission, the state government is actually implementing a lot of e-governance services at municipal corporation level. So how is it is helping in improvement of citizen service delivery? And also, I would like to understand what are the channels through which citizen can actually reach out to the government for these services. Sir.
Thank you, and good afternoon to all. Greetings from Kerala. Warm welcome. Thank you. See, Kerala being an urbanized state, around 48% of the total population is urban, and we have around 93 urban local bodies, out of which 6 are corporations. Okay, Trivandrum is the capital city and one of the largest, having 1 million population.
Yes.
In Kerala, we have a Information Kerala Mission, which is under local self-government department. Local self-government department is a integration of 5 departments: engineering, town planning, rural, urban, and panchayat. Okay, this Information Kerala Mission is for all kind of local bodies, including urban and rural.
Okay.
And there have been so many software, around 16 softwares are there, and it has been implemented in all local bodies, irrespective of urban and rural. See, for like Stabana, name of some software, where all the establishment matters are regulated by or monitored by this Stabana. Sanjay, that is a taxation, for the purpose of taxation. For Trivandrum Corporation, we have around 4.69 assessments. Through Sanjaya, all the database is there, and even the people can see what is my dues. Then they can remit the tax online. Then provisional tax, there is a provision for the same. Then access of this Sangya, all the accounts are there in the Sangya for the purpose accounts. Again, for the registration purpose, see, this is directly benefiting the people. Once a birth is happened in a hospital or in a physical institutions, from there they can register. There is a kiosk and the data entry operator. Some 5 to 10 rupees are they have to pay. They can register from the hospital itself. They do not come to the office, to the municipal corporation office or zonal office. They can download after registration their birth certificates. Even they cannot come here. Then on having some deaths, if it is in their home, of course they have to report. Otherwise, if it is in a hospital, they directly report to the reports that will reflect in the database. They can download same. Again, the marriage, they same can, but they have to come here for putting their signature in the register. That is very mandatory. Otherwise, they can take the printout from the site itself. See, these kind of things are happening. Again, in Kerala, especially in Trivandrum, we have developed some other module apart from this IKM or from other. See, in Trivandrum, we have a STP around 107 ton of MLD capacity STPs here, but there are more than 100 tankers. They are collecting unauthorizedly or authorizedly this septic from institutions or households. They are charging heavily on the people. But after collecting this sewer, they are pumping the same either in the public places or in the water bodies. So of course it will pollute. So contamination happening. The public health will affect. So we come out in 2019 with a mobile app by which the people, those who are having the tankers, have to register, and we will give some numbers. And then it's tagged with the GS based tagging is there. Then people can register their demand in the mobile app. Then they can remit the amount. Then they will this will go to the this number of the driver. There is a message. Yes, he will connect the consumer or the demand who has raised. Then he will directly approach the site and collect the sewer. Then it will directly go to the treatment plant. That means they are not pumping to open places. Again, there are more than 300 tankers, water tankers. They are collecting water not from the vending point of the Kerala Water Authority, which is a parastate of the state government, but collecting from some other source, maybe open well or some water bodies which may contaminate it. So it will again charges heavily pass to the demanded some institutions like a hospital or restaurants or a hotel, like these kind of institutions. Again, we came with a app-based platform. They have to register. All the vehicles register, and the people who disease a quantity of waters, of course, they can register their demands. They have to pay something to the ULB. Then they will collect the water from the authorized vending point of the water authority only. Then bring this water to the that demanded institution, and we will pay daily in the evening. Whatever this. So we can regulate these things, and thereby 3 things happen. One is public health. The second thing is water heavily charged by these gundas. some mafia is there. The third thing is we are getting around 2 crore rupees per year without any investment on that. We did only one thing, that we have make a bylaw and some app is created, then we are monitoring. We have only 2% we have to employ for call center. These are things we have. Again, in Kozhikode Corporation, where they have incandescent this or some street lights are there. They have decided, when I was the secretary there in Calicut is a northernmost corporation in Kerala, where around 56,000 street lights are there. They decided to switch over to LED. We have gone for a national tender. Yes, some institutions, then farmers quoted for the same, and they have a soft meter. Now, the electricity charges are from 45 to 13 lakhs, from 45 to 13 lakhs only. Again, 99+% is functioning. Before that, less than 50%. The secretary or the officer or the mayor concerned there is a dashboard in his office, which are the lights which are not functioning only. Sure. The second thing is, there is a number in the street lights, or there is something which can be scanned by even the public, that can complain also. Yes, this street light is not functioning. The agency has a mandate, they have to rectify the same within 48 hours. Again, the charge has been reduced, one thing. The second thing is, for 99% of the street light is functioning. So these kind of practices are there, services are there. Why we are going? See, as an urban local body, we have only 3 functions. One is regulatory thing, second is development, and the third one is welfare. In all these 3 cases, if you analyze all the functions, either enumerate, it's listed in the 12th schedule of the Constitution. These all 18 functions can be put in 3 brackets: development, welfare, and regulatory. In these 3 functions, we can people are engaged. In all these functions, we can bring like e-governance or such a technology. We can, of course, this is for transparency. This is we can reduce the space for corruption, and the speed and the quality which we can maintain through the trends which we have in the e-governance fields.
Sure, sir. Thank you so much for sharing your perspective. And now I would like to go to Shri B.T. Rangaswamy, sir. And sir, are you there? I mean, I can't see you, but are you there? Rangaswamy sir, are you there? Can you hear me? I think he cannot hear me. So sorry, Dr. Narhari sir have joined. Hello.
Yes, madam. Rangaswamy is here.
Okay, sir. Okay. Can you please switch on your camera, please, sir, if it is possible?
Yes.
Okay. That.
No, there is some problem in switching on camera.
No problem. If it is possible, it would be great. You know, our audience would love to see you. But no
Yes,
problem. I think let me at least start with my question, and maybe in between, if you can open your camera. So just wanted to understand, sir, some of the recent initiatives that Tumakuru Smart City has taken, and what are your future plans? I mean, how do you plan to rope in PPP investments for scaling up the infrastructure? And sir, also wanted to understand, do you have plans for omni-channel, multiple channel engagement for your citizen interaction?
Yes, madam. Tumakuru Smart City has taken a lot of initiatives regarding some of the activities which are special when compared to other cities.
Okay.
First one is we established one which is most useful for the training of this NCC cadet, which are got ample of opportunities in defense and then security services and then in police department. We established one center at the cost of around 45 lakhs rupees. It is most useful for the students to get benefit regarding this. And also we established
Sir, your voice is.
Integrated command and control center with and also some technical network issues
No,
there.
no problem, sir.
Voice is not clear, ma'am.
For very short while, we lost you, but we can hear you now,
Yes.
sir. No problem.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, ma'am. And also we have installed ATCS, automatic traffic control system, which works on the traffic density, which will save the times to the citizens. And also we are having a red light violation, no helmet detection, triple rating, and detection of parking and other new analytics in these places. And also we have developed Smart Tumkuru application for citizen services and payments also. And for the management of street lights in the centralized scenario also, we have made some provisions for that. And also we have developed nearly 25 Anganwadi centers in the city, and also stadium, gymnastic centers, and then sports arena in the different parts of the city, which is most helpful to the citizens. Regarding this, in some of the parks, we have taken up some important components like smart benches, and then composting, panic button, and then CCTV. So many initiatives we have taken, which is most useful to the citizens also. Regarding PPP investments, we have taken so many projects, and successful in those projects also. For the entire city, we are converted the conventional lights into LED lights, which is we are first in Karnataka to implement this project in PPP model. And also we taken up one floating solar project with 20 megawatt capacity at our drinking water lake, which is in process by different various agencies, or we have to get the permission for that. And also we have taken under PPP public bicycle sharing, and also establishing bus shelters. Like this, different initiatives we have taken, and also by taken up this gas pipeline project in the Tumkur city, which is we are succeeded in all these projects in PPP model.
Very nice, sir. Okay, thank you so much for sharing your perspective. Now, let me go back to Sameer, sir. Sameer, sir, you there?
Yes, namaste, ma'am.
Ji. Sir, I wanted to understand, you are one of the most successful municipal corporation in India. So what is your take on having, omni-channel, multiple channels for citizen to reach out to you? And what are the benefits that you have seen in adoption of these schemes or dissemination of information?
Yeah, I think this would be a very ideal dream, to have a omni-channel to all the citizens, and the way a citizen correlates himself with the city at a very, at a very fundamental cognitive level, at a very psychological level, at a very mental level. For him, he's engaging with the city every time. It might be the road, it might be the public transport, it might be the water, garbage, any maybe the goods he gets, the recreation he does, the public places he visits. And therefore, I think this potential of digital technologies to facilitate a citizen to connect with his city, I think is tremendous, is hugely unexploited and unexplored potential that we have. And it's good that new startups like and new entrepreneurs are investing their time and passions in the urban spaces. I think that also we should also encourage and support such activity, wherein the lot of for a bureaucrat it's simple, it's a job for him in the urban sector, but for entrepreneur the amount of passion they put needs to be respected. And then therefore this framework, I believe, when I'm not a very great supporter of grievance-centric administrative reforms. They lose to. The focus becomes, removing the grievances rather than ensuring they don't arise at all. And then that greater efficiency and effectivity is always there. That should be tried. And I think there are many esteemed guests. I don't want to eat into their time, so I will only say that omni-channel is fantastic. We need to try, and also some research, some effort needs to be put in on how to deploy a technology in a municipal setup.
Sure.
That is also a very important thing, because technocrats and bureaucrats, whatever they talk, it is the political leadership local and the community, the way they respond to technology. And this maybe at the psychological level, and maybe at the perceptions and prejudice that might crop up. That emotional level, I think, is extremely important when we are trying to devise a framework, when we are going to deploy, and especially so when this emerging new technologies, I think we will have to respect. We'll have to be respect and be emphatic to the concerns of the local political leadership, as well as the communities, especially marginal communities, the women, the children. And as we always said, when we started working in e-governance, maybe 15, 20 years back, we had our additional chief secretary who was heading the department of IT, and used to tell us that just remember that the purpose of e-governance is not to make the job of clerks easier. It's not a job to make the job of accountants easier. It has to connect with the citizens and make it and ensure that the citizens know they need not come to government at all to get its services. That would be ideal thing, and I think all these efforts and this potential is very exciting of the emerging digital technologies. And all of us need to strive to ensure that the benefits of this technology reach to the citizens at its fullest potential. That would be a way of putting it. Thank you, Jyoti. Thanks a lot.
Absolutely, sir. Thank you. Thanks for sharing your insights, and it's absolutely candid, and we love it. I would like now go to Vijay sir. Vijay sir, you there? Hello, can you hear me? Okay, yes, you can. Okay, I would just like your perspective on understanding that does Ambikapur face a disparity between people who are digitally literate and who are not, and what are the steps that the municipal corporations are taking to bridge this gap? You understand, sir? Because
Yeah.
so would like
I
to hear.
completely understand. Just like any other city or any other, a big corporation, Ambikapur does have this digital divide, wherein people there are certain section of people who are extremely
Vocal.
educative about how to use and what to use and what not to use, and there is certain section of people, like just Samir sir said, the marginalized communities of the sections of certain section of people who don't know or probably don't want to. So there is always a digital divide. So I concur that there is a digital divide, and to tackle and to probably alleviate their situation and their problems, what we have done is we have divided the whole city into 5 zones, and we have come up with the ward karyalay, or to put it in a much lighter way, we have said it a ward offices, wherein we have clusters of wards, wherein one of our prabharis will go and sit in those offices with a complete setup of an e-office, and any sort of issues that comes up at the local level is being taken up at that level and brought to our notice. So this is one sort of stopgap measure that we've come up with. Also, what we have done is we have we at certain points of time, and probably it's a regular initiative that comes up in the corporation. We go into the masses and try to educate them of the initiatives, especially the e-initiatives, that is being taken up by the corporation and government of Chhattisgarh per se. That way the constant communication is being, of course, achieved. Thirdly, just like with respect to your previous question, what you yourself just mentioned, there are multiple ways of communication, multiple channels of communication, especially the WhatsApp groups and probably Facebook and whatnot. These are all the channels where we are trying to engage with the common citizen, so that the digital divide, the so-called digital divide, just gets reduced to the minimum extent as much as possible. So that is what is being done in our corporation.
Sure, sir. Thank you so much. And let me go to Bhudev sir again. And Bhudev sir, wanted to view your views on the fact that how do you think having multiple channels can help you receive the satisfaction level, how they are, grievance handling is one thing, but how do you know whether, like Samir sir was saying, that mostly grievance handling means you want to dispose it off. So what do you think, what are some of the initiatives that you are taking or planning to take in this aspect, sir?
So, see, 2, 3 points I want to add here is that if you see the smart city initiatives, we are also having some of the side events which are not directly within the smart city, like cycling and walking event, then transport for all, then proper food systems. So like that, we are having a number of events we are doing for the citizens, so that proactively we can understand what are their requirements and what actually we are supposed to do. We have done a number of citizen surveys to actually find it out what are their areas, and I can tell you also 2, 3 examples I can give you. Like one example came is that from the senior citizens, that they feel very uncomfortable to go by the buses because they are overcrowded and they don't get a proper chance, and then they have to wait for 2, 3 buses to actually catch. So what we plan now is that we have already got a sanction for 24 buses, which will run within the city only for the senior citizen and for the children, particularly for the school going time, the morning and evening, afternoon, when they are going to the school, and the senior citizen. Now, this we were not understanding it without going to the citizens and asking them what are their issues are there. So like that, we have done a number of surveys, some 8, 9 surveys we have done, and we are trying to find out that what are the grievances they are having proactively, not
Sure.
after they are making the
know.
grievances.
Yes.
And try to change our projects in a manner, or try to align the projects in a manner that some of their grievances can be sorted out even before the actual problem comes. About, I also want to add one point about that digital divide, which you asked before to Vijay sir. So this is, we are facing a huge problem actually in Muzaffarpur, because though it is a city, but if you see that nearly 30% people are actually having the proper digital mobile phones, smartphones, and all those things. And that also, I have seen a lot of families, they have only 1 or 2 phones maximum, and which may not be sufficient, particularly in COVID cases where people are also doing the study and attending schools and all those things through the mobile only. So we are really thinking what can be the best way. And as I mentioned before, I think that facilitation centers can come here handy, and we can actually have the native language speaking people there with 1 device or 2 devices, so that people can come there, ask these are the services we are looking for, and they can get it done through that particular center. So something like that we are actually planning, and we are also planning for like that a little bigger centers as an information centers type of things, which again we have already submitted proposal, which has been sanctioned at the technical level, and where we will have 8-10 people always available, and people can go, and we are putting it next to the your interstate bus stand and also the railway station.
Nice.
That is our plan to put it. So these are the activities particularly we are trying, other than some of the smart classrooms and some of the health facilities. Other than that, these are also some of the things we are trying to do.
Sure. Thank you so much, sir. And you very correctly mentioned that, talking about India, we are so diverse. Language changes every, probably 80 kilometers. It's a different dialect altogether. So one, we have to kind of ensure that we reach to the last mile. And, why not make use of technology like those kiosks also, wherein they can be into regional languages, and, you can reach out to citizen and create a better connect. So I think very welcoming initiatives. Thanks for sharing that. Now I would like to go to Binu sir. And Binu sir, I would like to understand that after a catastrophe like COVID pandemic, how is the civic body empowering its healthcare system to be more sustainable and deliver better results? And what are some of the initiatives that you are planning? Would like to hear from you, sir.
See, during pandemic, all institutions, including the education institutions, are closed. I think the Kerala is the first states have a school education through e-platform. We have some institutions like KITE and such a aligned institution where they are promoting e-platform for learning purpose. Our education department has its own TV called a Victory TV. So these kinds of things are there. And to my understanding, 86% of the students were attended in the last 2 academic year, including this year, last year and this year, 86. So that kind of education process there. Again, coming back to this digital divide. See, we have a 3.36 crore population. Our mobile connection is more than 5 crore.
True.
In Trivandrum, we have as per the last census, this is 9.69 only, but it is estimated the population is around 10.56 as of now. Here, we have more than 14 lakhs mobile connection. So, the concentration is almost full. Come to digital divide. Of course, there is a social disparities there, but even then, the beneficiaries from digital governance is on the higher side. There are 2 to 3 reasons here. 10 years back, we have Akshaya Kendras, Akshaya Kendra. So whenever government is providing a service, ordinary people can reach these Akshaya centers where 2 to 3 computers are there, ordinary peoples are there. Yes, I want some security pension, where I have to apply for security pension. Charging a normal 5 to 10 rupees, they are providing that kind of service. So this digital services reached to the bottom or to the ground people only 5 to 10. Now, many people are availing service through their mobile phone. There is a study whereby 33 to 36% are availing most of their service transactions of money and such things through this mobile phone. Mobile apps are there. Even Trivandrum Corporation has so many apps are there by which the people are benefited. Then coming to the pandemic and how to control, maybe in the 4th phase is there. We have some data fully digitalized, who are vaccinated, who are not vaccinated, then what is the reason for the same? Maybe some reasons are there. More than 96% have been already vaccinated, even the second dose. There are certain people there. We have the list. There are certain reasons. We have conducted this survey. The corporation has conducted survey. What is the reason? Who has taken first dose and second dose? Okay. So that data is there. And the health status is also there in our platform. So it is very easy to monitor the benefit. The beauty of the e-governance of the digital governance is we have strong data and we can infer from that data and came to a conclusion that decision taking process is very simple. One thing. Then we can monitor the same. See, if the data is reliable and it is updated on real-time basis, we can monitor strongly. So these kind of things are there in Kerala, even not only in Trivandrum, but in Kerala. So it is very simple to administer from the state level or the district level, even at the 4th wave is there. Okay.
Sure, sir. Thank you so much. I think a very valid point placed. Now, for my last question, I would like to go to BT Rangaswamy, sir. Sir, you are there? Can you hear me? Yes, sir. And we can see you also.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir. So, sir, I would like to very quickly have your views on that, sir. Do you think having self-service platforms like a Co-win or like an Arogya Setu for a municipal corporation and interaction with the citizen can be helpful? Do you think it would be helpful in having a better communication between the government and the citizen? And do you have some plans to adopt to these initiatives? Sir, can you hear me, sir? Rangaswamy sir, can you hear me? Okay, I think sir is not able to hear me, which is okay. No problem. I think sir, can you hear me, BT Rangaswamy sir? Okay, no problem. I think in that case, I will request everybody to please switch on your videos. And there are some questions which are from the delegates. And, I am inviting all of you, in case you would like to pick up one of these questions, some of they are there mentioned in the chat. Would you like to, address to these questions from the audience? Please feel free to unmute yourself and kindly, let answer these questions. Sameer sir, Bhudev sir, Binu sir, in case,
Yes, I can actually answer one of the last question. That is the clash of new technologies and old business models is the challenge faced by government sector. Yes. So if you see that last 4 or 5 years, we are working even more than that. Actually, we are working on the business process reengineering of the government services. And I was actually in NISG for 10 years, and I started this government process reengineering from there. And we have done number of services. Even I've written a book also on business process reengineering. Okay, so that way, I think, yes, it is very much required, and we are doing it. A number of places where before we do we initiate the project, we implement the project, we do the process reengineering, and we try to find out whether we are using all old processes without proper performance benefit, or we are going to change them with a effectiveness and efficiencies. So that is one area we are working, and positively most of the smart cities are working on it, and not as smart cities, even as a government, most of the state governments and central governments, we are working on it. So I think, yes, we are doing it, and a lot of places we have got a lot of success also.
Sure. Thank you so much, sir. I think though I can see that all the questions have been answered by one or the other panelist, be it talking about taking technology to grassroots level or, digital transformation. The one question is digital transformation is now public sector imperative. What are the critical areas wherein governments can harness digital technologies to create better outcome for citizens? So, Vijay sir, would you like to answer this question?
I would like to pick up question number 4. Okay. I did answer the question when I spoke of the initiative that is being taken care of in our corporation. Sure. I spoke of building permission, taking it to the grassroots, where a common man can ideally apply online and get the permission, all the requisites done within a period of 30 days with a time limit induced to it. So that is one thing that we have done. And other initiatives like property tags and the water tags, which is collected on a monthly basis or a quarterly basis, or rather on a yearly basis across India and across all corporations and councils. So this is being done everywhere. We have also introduced a GI system wherein we can actually assess whether whatever is being done on a survey level, whether it is being done or not, whether it's being assessed or not, that is also being taken care of. Thirdly, I did mention about the resources and the buildings, or probably the kind of assets that we have, which is being used to monetize and probably generate a revenue for the corporation. That is also being done online. We are harnessing technology there as well. Also, there are a lot of other initiatives where the technology is being harnessed so that the service delivery and the empowerment of citizen is taken care on a basis where both the parties are engaged. So that is being done. Probably to answer that question, the initiatives that is being taken care of across the corporations and across the country, that would probably put it much better.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
sir.
I want to add one line here, and that is even at the grassroots level where the person is providing service. Previously, they used to delay it. They used to take more time for providing the service. But as he said just now, Vijayji, that for that because we are time stamping of the when the request has come, when it is being served, and all those things are getting recorded. It is just impossible for them to not provide the service or delay the service for no reason.
Absolutely. And this question number 2, which says, what is the role of information and communication technology in improving public service delivery, is what you answered, Gudev sir. I mean, of course, ICT has to play a role in ensuring that, we have SLAs. You just cannot take on a forever time. So I think public sector is adopting to technology like enterprise, and through PPP model, there are some initiatives which are changing the face of public sector delivery. So I think great discussion. Thanks for all your inputs. I mean, really honored to be here and being a panelist and a moderator. Now over to you, Priya. I think thank you very much, Sameer sir, Binu sir, Bhudev sir, Vijay sir, and BT sir.
Thank you, Jyoti, and the other speakers.
Sure.
Thank you, Jyoti. Thank you so much for the lovely panel discussion. This brings us to the end of our panel discussion, Modernizing Public Service Delivery for Digital India. It was a pleasure to tune into the amazing initiatives being taken by various state governments and civic bodies across the country and witness the zeal to leverage technology for citizen engagement. I thank each one of our esteemed speakers for taking the time out to share their insight on this subject. Thank you so much, Mr. Sameer Anhalet from Maharashtra, Mr. Vijay Dayaram K from Chhattisgarh, Mr. Binu Francis from Kerala, Mr. Bhudev Chakravarti from Bihar, and Mr. Rangaswamy from Karnataka for joining in and sparing your time and sharing your insight. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all.